The title of this book was An Evolution of Creativity. I have never been all that great at selecting titles, and this book was originally called What He Left Me. And my agent was the one who said, I'm not really sure that this title is going to encompass what the book is about. I get what you're trying to do, but maybe we should look at changing it. And so I confessed to her that I'm not great at choosing titles. And sometimes the titles come to you, but for this particular book, it was really hard to come up with a title. So she sent back a list of ones that kind of stuck out to her as she was reading, and I combined a few of those and came up with The Colors of the Rain. And this title is significant to me because in the story, Polly goes through lots of challenges in his adolescence, and there is a circle of tragedies that is happening, and he has a really hard time finding the good in all of the bad, which is normal when we're going through difficult situations. But I really wanted the title to encompass this finding the color in the rain. Like I said, it's difficult to find that when we're going through the situation, but when we hold on long enough and we get to where the rain doesn't feel so scary, it doesn't feel like it's going to drown us, we can find the color in that rain. I came from a single parent household. There are a lot of things that kids take on themselves when there's only one parent around or when one parent leaves. And a lot of times I felt like I wasn't worthy of something, or I wasn't good enough, or I didn't have what it took to choose a better life. I worried about money. I worried about adult things. I bossed my brother and sister around. I waited on a call from a parent who never called, and I tried to believe that that didn't have something to do with me. And those kinds of things can be really hard for kids. It can be really hard for kids to overcome. It can be really hard for kids to realize that they have what it takes to become something better. And it took me a while to find the color in the rain. But on the other side of it, as I kept walking through it and as I kept being with my feelings and being with those difficult places, I walked out on the other side and I felt stronger. I felt like I could do something great. I felt like I could do hard things that circumstances didn't have the ability to hold me down. And that's why it's important to tell the stories that happen to kids, because there are other kids like Polly. There are kids like me who go through these things, and they need to know that there is a way out. And even though it doesn't look like happily ever after, hope is really hard to kill, and there is always hope. And so that's one of the things that I wanted the title of this story to encompass, and one of the things that I wanted this story to communicate to people, especially kids like Polly. So my message to you is that life may not always look pretty. We may not be able to tie it up in a neat little bow. It may not even meet our expectations, but there is always color in the rain. And the thing that we can do is train our eyes on that small little glimmer of color that will pull us out to the other side.